Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this hearing of the horrors of the black market of baby organ harvesting and the practice of abortion. I'd especially like to thank our witnesses today, David Daleiden and Teresa Bukovinik. In my capacity as an elected member of the United States House of Representatives, I'm holding this hearing to conduct oversight and explore potential legislative action that could be pursued in light of these illegal practices. Today, we will investigate the violent and abhorrent truths of the abortion industrial complex. Actors such as Planned Parenthood, the University of Pittsburgh, the University of California, San Diego, the Washington Sergey Abortion Clinic, and others have taken unconscionable actions to profit off the murder of unborn babies. And just to recap some statistics about abortion, since it's widely talked about in the news and also in campaigns and elections, there are some states that have some sort of laws where there are that ban abortions to an extent. But to be clear for everyone to know, abortion is widely available in every single state in the United States of America. The three exceptions always apply. States whose laws essentially allow abortion on demand through birth. There are 26 of these states: Alaska, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, DC, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, and Washington, D.C. In other words, how widely available is abortion? Overall, abortion is still widely available in the United States. People who live in states with so-called bans have proven willing to travel to nearby states to have an abortion. For example, Illinois saw an over 50% increase in abortions in the year after Dobbs and is surrounded by red states where strong pro-life laws went into effect. There are many reasons why women have an abortion, but statistically, less than 1% of abortions are due to rape and incest. Black women are among the highest, 41.5%. That's according to the CDC in 2021, having abortions. White women at 30.2%, Hispanic women 21.8%, and other races are 6.5%. Abortion reporting is difficult, though. They're always years behind, and other races are 6.5%. Abortion reporting is difficult, though. They're always years behind in the statistics and the tracking on how many abortions occur. And all 50 states are not necessarily required to report their abortion statistics. California, Maryland, and New Hampshire do not report. There are different abortion methods, and I think it's important to talk about them. There's an abortion pill. Over 50% of abortions occur through the 2-pill regimen, which first starves the baby in the womb to death and then requires the mother to deliver a dead baby. Providers often instruct women to administer their own abortions at home. There's D&C, dilation and curettage. D&C is a first trimester surgical abortion performed typically on babies between 5 and 13 weeks of pregnancy. After administering anesthesia, the abortionist inserts a speculum, which opens the woman's cervix and continues to use metal dilators to further open the cervix. While the baby is still alive, the abortionist inserts a suction catheter, which is 10 to 20 times more powerful than a household vacuum. A curette, which is a long-handled curved blade, is then inserted to scrape the lining of the uterus to ensure there are no remaining body parts. Alec, could you please put up the graphic of abortion instruments? Thank you. And make sure that all are shown. Thank you. Then there's another method, D&E, dilation and evacuation. This is a second trimester surgical abortion that is typically performed between 13 and 24 weeks. It's performed over the course of 2 to 3 days, in which the woman's cervix is dilated using a form of sterilized seaweed 24 to 48 hours before the procedure. When she goes to the clinic, she is anesthetized, and while her baby is alive, her baby is sucked out little by little using a cannula, a vacuum-like instrument. If the child is too large for this method, the abortionist will use clamps to grab pieces of the baby, crush him or her, and remove the child from the womb piece by piece. There's also an induction procedure. This is often used in a third trimester abortion performed sometime around 25 weeks all the way to full term. The baby is almost fully developed and can survive outside the womb. This procedure can take 3 to 4 days to complete. On day 1, a chemical digoxin is injected into the baby to cause fatal cardiac arrest and kill the baby. The sterilized seaweed is used to open the cervix for the delivery of a stillborn baby. While she waits for her cervix to be dilated, she has to carry her dead baby inside of her for several days. She will then go to the clinic to have her baby delivered. If the baby cannot be delivered whole, a D&E will be performed. The baby will be delivered whole. However, sometimes the woman will not be able to make it back to the clinic in time and may deliver the baby at her home, her house, her hotel room, or wherever she is. Then the abortionist will come and deliver and clean up. Then there's partial birth abortions. Partial birth abortions are banned under federal law. However, undercover videos released by CMP show that abortionists have changed procedures to perform partial birth abortions. These procedures result in the baby being partially delivered, and then an instrument such as scissors are used to tear or perforate the skull. Now, why am I describing the graphic and horrific methods of abortion? The reason why I'm describing that is because we don't really talk about abortion when we talk about abortion. Legislators like Congresswoman Miller and I, you usually see us on television or in hearings or on the House floor talking about abortion, calling it women's reproductive health care. I don't think anything I described sounds like reproductive health care. As a matter of fact, it's the exact opposite. The other problem about talking about abortion while we're talking about abortion is that most people refuse to really talk about abortion. And while we are not condemning any woman at all, no women are being condemned today. We're talking about what an abortion actually is. It's the murder of a child. It's the murder of a human being. And then what happens to the babies, the human beings after they have been killed. And I think many women should know that. I think that's the part that women don't know. And it's completely unfair. Our witnesses today will speak about